All right, third graders, we're back with part 2 of our explanatory essay information for today. I was bummed I couldn't read the last line of that one paragraph because it was funny and I knew it was funny, but I couldn't remember it. Here's what it said. With the right supplies, you can't go wrong. Get it? Right, wrong. I thought it was funny and I wanted to make sure I shared that with you because it was a great ending to that particular paragraph. Well, here's what you're going to get as a template to start your explanatory essay final piece, right? So this is in Google Slides. You will receive your own copy. You'll click in here and you'll create your new title, whatever you want to name it. You'll put your author's name down below. And then I want to draw some attention to every slide after that. I want you to pay attention, okay? Some of you skip the direction piece, and I want to make sure that you know exactly what is expected of you. Okay, so on the second slide, you're going to see the same thing that my slide had, right? It's got that top part of my power organizer with the hook. This is the slide where you write that paragraph. And remember, a paragraph is a series of sentences. You're not just telling me like a list of things. You're not putting bullet points in here. You're creating sentences just like I did. If you're not sure how to start, you need to go back and reread or re-listen to what I did. So here are some things I want to point out to you. I'm going to move my picture down. This is your kind of clue, right? That this is the part of your power organizer that goes on this particular slide. Here are the directions. It says click and highlight to delete these words and start typing. So you will put your finger there, you'll hold down on your iPad, and you will highlight, right? And delete my words. I don't want to see my words. We want to see your words. The next sentence says, remember to indent your paragraph. Remember, indenting means you push that first line of your paragraph in, right? 2 or 3, 4 spaces so that our eyes can tell this is a new paragraph. It's a new thought. So you'll continue and you'll highlight that whole thing and you'll delete all of that. And then you'll start typing your very first paragraph on this particular slide. Okay, I'm going to unhighlight that because I don't want to delete it. I want you to be able to see it. So remember, first is your title page. This is where the top triangle goes. The next slide, again, shows you a picture just like mine did. This is the part of your power organizer that you need to be typing on this slide. Same directions are here. Click and highlight to get rid of my text, my words, and then the reminder for you to indent. Okay, so top part of the power organizer, our first rectangle. Well, look at, here's our second rectangle. Got the number 2. There's our third rectangle. Here, this is the bottom part. This is our conclusion, the one that I shared with you today. And I've got this little reminder here, a heart, so that you can remember. You've got to add a hope or a wish for this part, or you can choose to share some advice with your reader, right? You want them to learn something from whatever it is you're explaining in your essay, okay? There's one more slide at the very end. This slide's not going to stay here, okay? You're going to get to move it, and I want to show you how to move it, which is why I'm showing you my slides in this format so you can see them all on the left side. Again, you're going to click and highlight to delete these words. Okay, you're going to delete all of these words when you're done, but I want to make sure you have some information on how to do this. This is the slide you're going to use to include your text feature. Okay, and if you have more than one text feature that you want to do, you can actually click right down here on this particular slide with 2 fingers, and you can actually duplicate it. So you can make another slide. Okay, if you don't want to do it that way, you can go up to the top and here's a plus sign. If you hit that plus sign, that will give you a blank slide as well. So you can always add more if you have more than one text feature that you're going to share. Okay, maybe you've got a map of something for one of your paragraphs. Maybe you've got a picture with a caption for a different paragraph. So you can have more than one text feature, but just remember, you have to put it by the right paragraph, which is why I want to show you how to do that. Click and highlight all these words and you'll get rid of them. It says use this slide to add your text feature of choice. Okay, and you might need to go back and think, Oh, yeah, what text feature did I want to use? It says you may click on the slide to the left and drag it behind the correct paragraph from your Power Organizer. It says, I showed you how to do this in the video lesson. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm pointing out to you, hey, remember, I showed you how to do this. If you need to go back and rewatch it, you can do that. I want to point out, this is my last slide, okay? You'll see down here on the left, you can see that it's yellow, okay? So this is the one I'm working on. If I were working on number 4, that would be the one that would be colored. So the last slide is the one where you're going to create your text feature. You can drag that slide up to a different position in your slideshow. So let's say I want this to be after my very first rectangle, the one that's got the number 1 on it. Okay, so I got to find which one that is. Oh, that's number 3. So I know that I want my bottom slide to be after number 3. So I'm going to tap on number 7 and I'm going to drag it up. Now you're going to see, do you see that yellow line? It's moving as I move my slide up. Wherever I want it to be, I'm going to leave it there and it just got moved. So now look at my number 7 slide is no longer that last one with all the words. It comes after my first rectangle, which is maybe where I want it. Okay, so you want to put it in the appropriate place to make sure that your reader, right, can see exactly what text feature you're sharing, because it needs to match that paragraph, right? You wouldn't put it at the end of your story or in a different chapter. If you were writing a chapter book, you would put it in the appropriate space. Okay, so if you need help learning how to do that, you can rewatch this particular video. You can ask a grown-up or an older sibling. They can help you move things around as well. So again, you're going to get your own copy so that you can type. Remember, each part of your Power Organizer is going to be on a different slide. And you have to include at least one text feature. It's up to you, right? I showed you a lot of them at the very beginning. We're going to do a couple more little mini lessons talking about the checklist as a reminder, so that you remember the things that you need to include in this particular essay. And also we're going to talk a little bit about some of those transition words. All right. So we'll do that over the next couple of days. But if you're going to get started on this, right, I'm going to give it to you on Monday. So not today. I just want to give you a bit of a preview. You should be working on your writing today and finishing it up by next week so that you can start to publish. This final presentation is going to be due on Friday, December 11th. That's a half day of school. Okay, we also have some more information about that day for you in a little while. But December 11th is when it is due. Okay, that's the expectation. You should be working on this the entire time. All right, we're excited to see what kinds of things you're going to explain to Mrs. Petrowski and to myself. All right, go be a writer.